On the morning of January the 17th, 1970, Specialist Sloat Squad was on patrol in the Quezon Valley when the lead soldier tripped a wire attached to a hand grenade booby trap set by the enemy. Realizing the hand grenade was about to explode and would likely kill some of the men near him, after initially attempting to throw the grenade, he chose to draw the grenade into his very own body, shielding his fellows, squad members, from the blast and saving their lives. It was for this extraordinary act of heroism and selflessness that the President of the United States recently announced that Specialist Sloat would be receiving our nation's highest military honor posthumously. The Sloat family and many close friends will be at the White House on September the 15th when President Barack Obama plans to present the Medal of Honor to Dr. Sloat, who will accept this prestigious honor on his brother's behalf. We will now do the opening statements from each of the family members.
All of you for being here today. Greatly appreciate it. Greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for one's friend. John 15:13. Our brother Don, he was a true American hero in every sense of the words, and he loved his family and we loved him. He loved his friends and he was proud to be an American. And he chose his path into the Army because it was what he wanted to do. He volunteered to be an American soldier. I want to thank Colonel Moss and Lieutenant Colonel Davis for your support and everything that you've done for us through this moment. And I want to thank Colonel Francis Nerone and Leslie Hines with the AmeriCal Historical Division for their hard work collecting all the necessary records, statements, and documents and testimonies of the events of Don's actions on January 17, 1970. I want to express great heartfelt love toward Michael Mulhine, Bill Hacker, Dwayne Lewis, the late Elwood Tipton, and the late Paul Wooten. It is because of your bond of friendship with Don and the testimonies of the accounts of that day that this nomination for the Medal of Honor on his behalf is being made possible. I want to thank our mother for her love of her children and her son. I want to thank her for her faith and her belief in God that this day would happen. And it's through her tenacity and her strength that it is being made possible. Not only do I want to thank Don for being the person that he was in the actions of that day, but I want to thank all the brave men and women of the armed forces. I want to thank each and every one of them. And it is because of them and because of Don that we are shown what true love and true sacrifice is. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for coming today. I would like to thank our host, Colonel Quinn of the Vance Air Force Base and the National Guard for these facilities and hosting this event. If Don were here and be seated beside you, you'd look at him and you would think he's no different than the rest of us. That's the kind of person he is. He's an everyday human being. He was kind and generous, a people person, and he would help anybody that needed help. Now, we all get to somewhat direct our own pathways. Don chose to enter the Army. And in the process of choosing to enter the Army, he was turned down because he had high blood pressure. He reapplied several times. Memory fails me. I'm thinking 4 to 7 times, but he eventually got in. And this became his new family. It was his pathway. And the events of that particular day, he chose to be there. He had a new family, the military, and he enjoyed them. And if he were there, he would say he would do it again.
I'd like to thank God first and foremost for allowing us to be here. Secondly, I would like to thank the city of Coweta and the citizens. I grew up not really knowing my brother because I was so young, but yet I did because the people that he went to school with, that he knew, that he played sports with, always made it a point to stop me and to tell me stories of my brother, my mother. My mother was the strongest person that I've known. She never gave up, and she instilled that in each and every one of us, her values, her faith. And the stories that she told, a mother that had lost 3 sons, amazing, amazing. Thank all of you for this honor.